Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Eric, KJ4YZI, with the HamRadioConcepts podcast. I just pulled this right out of my you-know-what to make an episode. I didn't make one yesterday. I'll tell you why, and we'll catch up on a couple things that have happened this weekend that are going to happen this weekend, and I've already posted on YouTube. Thank you guys, everybody, for the emails so far to the giveaways. I'm trying to respond to some of them, and I'm trying to collect those. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good chance for you to win. There's, for this many thousands of downloads, I've only got a handful of emails, but that's it. So today it's Friday. It is 6 o'clock. My work day ended an hour ago. I had conference calls all day. And what took my time last night where I couldn't make a podcast? Well, that's an interesting point. So check this out. I want you guys' opinions, and I want you to send this to me at HamRadioConcepts@gmail.com and give me your opinion on what you think. All right? So I've decided this for a while ago, but somehow I got wrapped into the Google Analytics on making an attempt to become a part of acting and voiceover / commercial work. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, I could do this too. And listen, it's hard, but let me tell you. First, I'm going to give you the script. I'm going to do this right here. You guys are my buddies, man. All of you guys on podcasts. I love doing this. This is on a microphone today, not when I'm driving, but I'm going to give you the script that I was told to read. And I was told in 2 days, you better memorize this, get on a Zoom meeting with 10 other people, and we're going to choose the best one and proceed, right? So I'm just going to read this. I swear to God, I'm not reading anything in front of me. I memorized this, and now it's stuck in my head. And I'm going to use this for my own portfolio. You ready? Here we go. Football fans, we've heard your cries. We know that February to September is a lifetime. That's why you can enjoy the best in NFL programming 365 days a year on the NFL Network. When all you want is football all year long, the NFL Network has you covered. That was me, right? Yeah. Okay. So why did I do that for? Because I thought that I would be somebody, I like talking in this microphone. And then I did an audition for that last night. I spit that out. And then they said, if you get a call in 45 minutes from the director, this and that. Well, guess what? It turned out to be a scam. I'm going to tell you who the scam was. It was John Casablanca's talent agency was a huge scam, okay? I wasted that. Well, I didn't waste. I'm going to tell you why I didn't waste it. But after last night, we got the calls excited, but I listened to Jim Davis, my buddy. Who is he? HamRadioConcepts. You've heard him on my YouTube channel. This guy's been broadcasting in the field, in the market for how many years? He said, listen, Eric, this sounds fishy. Okay, this sounds fishy. Go through it, but the second they ask you for money, hang up the phone. And that's exactly what I did today. I had a meeting today with them, and then, so here we go, on Zoom, and they're like, oh, yeah. And so she didn't see it coming, man. She didn't see it coming. I was like, let me ask you something. I won't give her, I'll make up a name. Let me ask you something, Margaret. Okay? What makes you think that I have talent? I want your answers. And she's like, oh, well, and then I asked her, okay, Margaret, made up name. Okay, Margaret, tell me how you got involved in this. Don't worry about me. You tell me what you thought about this. And again, put her on the spot. And this, well, what happened after 45 minutes? She's like, what do you think about it? Is this what you want? Why is this the career choice you want to take? And why did you choose us? And you know what I said? I don't know how I chose you, and I don't know why I chose you, and I don't know who you are. This is on video. I said, so you tell me why I should be convinced, because I have not been convinced yet. And she didn't know what to say. Well, long story short, Big Jim Davis, he was right, okay? And so after 45 minutes of me toying with this chick, and yeah, she was hot. She was. And she had a good sales pitch. But then after that, right away, she goes with the whole, oh, well, listen, it's like $22.95 for training courses over 30 weeks, this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, if I have talent, why do I have to pay you? Oh, well, you don't know this. This is going to be when you're part of us. So then it comes down to, well, we need $295 today. And I said, today. Okay. Well, okay. So I played the game. This is my acting right here, right? So I took my wallet out in front. I was like, hold on one second. I muted the camera and the mic. I walked out, got my wallet, come back. And I started flashing all the cards. Now listen, I am broke. I am not rich. I closed all my credit cards. So I have a lot of credit cards in my wallet that look like there's something. It could be a Chime credit card, a debit card that's already been shut down. And I'm like, which one of the, I don't have the $295, guys. I don't. But I didn't want to give it to her. And I was like, well, as she saw me on camera, I was like, I don't know if I want to use this one or this one. She's like, well, use the one where you get the points. I'm like, well, that would be the Discover card. Guess what, guys? That Discover card's been gone a long time ago. I'm like, well, this. And then I was like, you know what? I need to consult my wife. She's the general around here. She's the one that needs to tell me the answers. And you know what she says? That's why I wanted your wife on the call today. And you know what I thought? Because she asked me last night. She's like, can your wife be on there? We need her on there. For what? I said, she ain't going to be on acting and voiceover. And she goes, no, this is just for the support team. We want to have, the support team. They wanted to see if my wife was stupid enough to be like, oh, yeah, go ahead, honey. This sounds like a great. And I was like, you know what? I said, right off the bat, stop, Margaret. Fade up, make up name. Stop, Margaret. Listen, she's not going to get on here, okay? So, well, that's okay if you're the decision maker. I said, I may not always be right, but I'm never wrong. However, she tells me she runs the roost, okay? So that's how that works. Well, right away, she changed her attitude, but she gave me the whole thing at the end. Oh, well, just give us $295. I said, wait, where's the contract? Well, it's with DocuSign. I said, okay, so let me look at the DocuSign. Well, I have appointments after this. I said, okay, I'll look at the contract. She says, no, when you pay the $295, we'll send you the contract and you can sign it. I said, and in a podcast-friendly form, I said this. In a podcast-friendly form, I said, Ashley, stay beautiful, girl. And I hung up the phone. Now, the Zoom meeting. Now, that was the very most family-friendly way I could tell you how I said that. But I did tell her she was beautiful. But I hung up the phone, and that was it. So, long story short, just throw me an email. Do you think, listen, I do this because, not for money, because this podcast doesn't make any money. YouTube money is in the toilet. And I have a full-time job. And that's what people don't understand. I make these videos on YouTube. I make these podcasts. I've had a couple shots tonight. It's Loosen Up Friday. It's FM Friday, but I call it Loosen Up Friday. So, before we get into more ham radio stuff, I just want to say, HamRadioConcepts. This video is brought to you by the HamRadioConcepts podcast, bringing you premier content across the coast. Well, you know what I mean. Okay? So, I don't have pipes. But, man, I could talk. Here, I'll grab something right here. Sprite. A lemon lime soda. 100% natural flavors, no caffeine. Sprite keeps me going all day long. Visit Coca-Cola.com and choose Sprite. Whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to do it. But you know what? It's not about a sales pitch. I just want to find my inner talent I haven't found. So, okay, what are we going to talk about on ham radio? Because I've already wasted 8 minutes of your time, but I'm feeling good now because it's Friday. My week is over. I've had a long week, and man, I just want to unwind. The biggest video that I posted today was about a new announcement, and as of this podcast, still at 6:08 p.m., this is a new announcement. I want you guys to listen very closely. In sponsored partnership, or what's the word I'm looking for? You know what? I'm going to do this as unprofessional as I can. I'm going to read the actual press release. Here we go. We got a big announcement because some of you guys don't watch my YouTube videos. Okay, so I'm going to read this right here. All right, because I've already did it on video, but now I want to go back. Okay, here we go. Move the microphone here. Excuse the noise. Okay, how do I start it? Where is it? Okay, here's a joint press release. Okay, in sponsored collaboration jointly by QRZ.com and GigaParts.com. They provide a free new ham welcome package to eligible Wow, I screwed that up. Will provide a free new ham welcome package to I did it again. Will provide a free new ham welcome package to eligible applicants. This is called the Jumpstart Welcome Package for Ham Radio, right? QRZ.com, a very known website in the world of ham radio, and GigaParts.com have come together to give you a chance as a new technician or a new ham radio operator to just simply submit your FCC license on the database to their website, and they're going to ship you a free radio. Okay? But that's not all. They designed their new radio as the Explorer model QRZ1. And this radio is redesigned off of a TYT design, but it's not a rebrand of a TYT. What happens is they had developers and engineers and QRZ and GigaParts. They decided to invest time, material, and architecture into this radio to change the firmware, to change the button mappings on the front, to change the manual and completely rewrite it to make it user-friendly for the brand new ham. Now, everybody give a round of applause to QRZ.com and GigaParts.com for doing this. Check this out. All you have to do is get a ham radio license, and when it hits the database in the FCC, within 30 days of that, send it to QRZ. They give you a free radio and ship it to you. And it's a free radio tailored for new hams. You got to think, guys. New hams are, there's a lot of things I know, a lot of things I don't know. But the new hams may get stuck on some of these weird features in the Baofeng radios that we don't use, that China thinks we do. Two-tone paging and scrambler and all this stuff. No, they stripped the firmware. They took out all the unnecessary stuff, and they totally made a radio that starts on the VHF and UHF simplex frequencies and is totally easy to use, very basic. The buttons are reprinted. The manual will give you information in a repeater, duplex. Okay, so when you're a new ham, think about this. You go in the menu, you're like, what is duplex? And you look at duplex, you're like, I don't know what that means. Well, in the manual, in, quote, plain English, it will tell you duplex is this, this, and this. A repeater is this, this, and this. This is the icon in the menu option, and this is how you set it. Now, if you took a license or took a test to get your license for ham radio, and you learned about duplex, and you'll understand a little bit of that, then the manual in this book, in this radio, tells you how to set it. So, in the China clone world, even in the ICOM and Yaesu world, sometimes you got to figure out what this stuff means. But QRZ and GigaParts.com, QRZ.com and GigaParts.com made this designed to promote amateur radio to the masses, helping to eliminate a possible barrier to entry in this ham radio hobby by providing new hams with their first radio. Isn't it amazing? That's great. No purchase or subscription of any kind is necessary to participate in this in QRZ. It's free to those who qualify. So what does that mean, who qualifies? Well, new hams who have just obtained their license from the FCC may apply for a welcome package. Applicants must apply within 30 days of the license grant per the FCC records. So, one of the technician class questions is, when can you transmit on ham radio? Well, it's when your FCC information hits the database, not when you get the license in the email or the mailbox, when you get it on the website. So when you see that, now you take that information, you send it, you log into QRZ.com, make a free account, log into there, give them the information, and they send you a radio for free. That's great, but there's more. There's more. So you can donate it. So some new hams may not need a new entry-level radio. Maybe they want a full year of a QRZ a QRZ premium subscription instead, right? So I encourage this. Why? Because you'll make the radio available for another newcomer and help them extend this program into the future, because there's going to be people that just want to get that radio and sell it on eBay, and then buy a $600 radio out of their pocket. Well, think about this. When you think clearly, if you think that you're going to not need that radio, please pay it forward so others will appreciate it. You need more people to talk to. I need more people to talk to. And the ham radio hobby needs to thrive with a lot of people. So if you can't afford a radio, but you can get your license, QRZ's got it covered. Okay? And this is not just a Baofeng rebranded radio. It is designed specifically to make you, as a new operator, understand how to use the radio. It's brilliant. Okay? This is going to go from now, today, August 19th, 2022, to October 31st, 2022. But if you're about to become eligible, or you are, think about this. The new ham welcome packages are subject to availability, and therefore the program may end earlier than expected. And I'm hoping it's because people like me and other YouTubers are going to drive this in full force. And you guys are listening. You might have got your license last week. Dude, go out there and get that free radio. If you got a friend that's getting a license next week, make sure he can get the free radio. In doing so, it may end earlier than October 31st when I am pushing this on a podcast on YouTube. Okay? So even if they granted your wish to get the free radio and they shut the program down, they already said they're not responsible for failure to deliver. So you need to go on there if you just got your license within 30 days of today, August 19th. Get your entry in there. Go to QRZ.com, log in, look for the free radio, sign up for it. They send it to you. Now, here's the next thing I'm going to tell you. And by the way, my screen went dark, so I totally forgot to read that off the press release. I read like 3 lines of it, and that's it. Okay. So here you go. Now, my sponsors. I've said this to you guys how many times on podcasts and videos. So here it goes. Ham Radio Prep sponsors me and does a great job in getting people licensed on ham radio. Okay? So Ham Radio Prep gives you the code EricPodcast20. All one word. You could use Eric20. You could use EricPodcast20. You save 20%. What does that do for you? You get a new ham radio license in most of the times in 7 days or less. I mean, it depends on how much you want to study. My friend Dan, there's a video on that. He used Ham Radio Prep. That was not a sales pitch. I've known him from high school. He had no interest in it. Once I showed him Ham Radio Prep and I gave him a free code from my sponsor and said, do this. Will you be on video with me? I'll give you a free code. Do this. He got his license in 7 days. It was a Sunday to a Sunday. He said that was really easy. It was fun. Now, he hasn't picked up the radio since then. I gave him a brand new Anytone UV878. I wish I had that radio. I miss it. I gave it to him. I said, if you get your license, I'll give you the radio. He got the license. I gave him the radio. He don't know where it is. It's gone. Okay, so bottom line, Eric Podcast 20, you save 20%. You get your license in 7 days. Now, after you get your license, okay, you go to QRZ, you give them that license information, and you get a free radio. That is, I'm pushing this because my sponsors saw this on my video on YouTube, and they commented on it. Now, my sponsors, Ham Radio Prep, have no part in this giveaway. This is exclusively QRZ and GigaParts. But if you're going to get a license, why would you watch somebody's YouTube video that is 3 years old reading out of a book while they're live streaming when the question pool for the FCC was just updated July 2022? So Ham Radio Prep said, we have the new question pool. We have remade videos. We have it up to date. This is their best chance to get a license. So I'm trying to help you. My sponsors help me in my endeavors. I made it clear to them that I need them to help my viewers on YouTube. I told them, come up with a code I want them to save if I'm going to be sponsored and advertise this. They did. They showed Eric20 the code for YouTube, Eric Podcast 20 for podcasting. And then I said, if I'm so excited about this, then you give them a code. And but they told me like 3 weeks ago, and I never really updated it until the last couple of days. Yes, there's people out there that don't want to pay for that service. But guess what, guys? These YouTubers are not making videos every year or every couple of years to update their question pool. So you're studying for answers that are irrelevant. Okay? I know the YouTubers out there. I have no problem with them. I'm just letting you know. Ham Radio Prep makes it easy for me to get my extra, my wife to get her tech, and now I want my wife to get her tech so she can get that free radio, even though I'm promoting it. I want her to feel successful with Ham Radio Prep, and then I want her to get a free radio that's hers. Okay? So, Ham Radio Prep. Use the code EricPodcast20. Save 20%. Take that info on the FCC website. Go to QRZ.com. Make an account. Log in. Find the Jumpstart Welcome Package. Put your FCC information in there. Get a free radio. Very simple. I have more people to talk to. You guys are interested. You can spread the word. Tell everybody you've heard this podcast. Everybody you've seen the video on YouTube. I can show you the video. If you go to YouTube, you'll see the radio in the video. And then I'm going to make a video tomorrow showing this radio on how easy it is to use. Okay? So, long story short, we had bison burgers last night, farm fresh from my sister's farm in Ocoee, Florida. Local's best cuts. And we had bison burgers. They were great. Tonight, I'm going to have, again, farm fresh, farmer's blend, which is 50% ground beef, 40% ground pork, 10% uncured bacon tips. I'm going to have that in a burger here in a minute. I'm going to shut the podcast down. Thank you, everybody who's been listening to this podcast. Remember the giveaway. Look back on my podcast. I'm going to make you work for it now. If you want to win a free Chameleon MCOM 2 antenna worth $129 next Friday, go back and watch that, listen to that episode. Enter very easily, and I'm going to make you listen to that episode. And next week, somebody's going to win the antenna. Very simple. Thank you, everybody, at patreon.com/HamRadioConcepts, who gives me $1 or $2 a month and donates to me to help my efforts. And thank you to Ham Radio Prep for sponsoring me. And that's it. 22 minutes and 28 seconds. I went a little longer, but hey, man, you guys helped me unwind on this Friday. Podcasting is really fun. I got to tell you, I hope this sounds way better than when I'm driving on the road with the microphone on my phone, my cell phone, with the road noise. Listen, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you. Please spread it. Help me out. I'm just doing this for the passion of radio. And I'll give you the ending as Jim Davis. I'll never be a Jim Davis, but I'll try it. 7-3, everybody. More videos are on the way from Ham Radio Concepts. This is KJ4YZI.